Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, 95, 56. 54, right, 54. We got it, we got it. Easy.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 95, 56, 95, 56. 54. Watch the curve.
On 2nd and 12, Brees. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have recovered. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week, 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
3 buzz. Hold up. 55.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Corner blitz and a sack by Patrick Robinson. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got force a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
4 yards to pick up, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To the right side and complete to Thomas. First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a third down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. We're good, we're good. I'm full, ready.
49, check 49, check 49.
Hey, easy.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Ready. You ready? You got it. You got it. Hey, easy. I got motion, man. Me. I got this.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Kill.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Here we go.
That was second down run for Murray. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Saints 7, Seahawks 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 82 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here we go, here we go. 57. 3 bucks.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Pollard only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
21. Small.
He's 6'6". Pull it high.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Kill.
Hey, Charlie.
57, Mike 57. Hey, kill.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Hey, easy. 50 seconds. We own it. Easy, opposite. Ready, take.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go. Man, I got you. Mike's 49.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Ready?
And what's the block?
Check. Lucky.
Wilson. He lets it fly for Rocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Go. Shit. Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you, son. Kill. Over. Yes.
Here's Pollard. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
Bud.
Mike 49. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Over. Hey, easy. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Breeze going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Breeze to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Breeze now on 1st down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? Yellow waiting. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? You're good. Right forward, ready. Give me something. Here we go. Check 99. Check 99.
Hey, Echo.
Big in. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Again, it's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Get ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now, 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And some room to work. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Green 80.
So we got man.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. Eluding and a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And look at this, it's a fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 49-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You got nothing.
They run again with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, and it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Sammy! Wonder. Check safety. You kill. Here we go.
Throwing now is Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 91 yards. And the Saints have retaken the lead. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game
accelerating, and off he goes. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 78 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
Yeah, now they'll try to pile on. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Watch the screen. Hey, easy. Mike 54. Mike 53.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Hey, Haywood!
Check tight. Mike's 50, Mike.
Hey, easy.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. On first down, Breeze. That's going to be caught. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They come out here in the eye. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Get off the field. Mike,
Go!
Mike's 5-4. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
Hey, kill!
Shotgun now for Breeze. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Still just a two-score game in the third quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
They'll run on first down. Carson. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on. And
there he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 42 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go, here we go.
On second and 11 now. Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Traquan Smith, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Lady.
Check my 47.
Watch the pass.
On first down, it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up, and what's been so far a tough game for them. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Mike, 47. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. SOS.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
SOS.
14.
On second and 11 now. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one, and he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Here's Pollard again. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there, first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hey, easy.
Here's Breeze. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run with Pollard. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. So that one will get them halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
Rip right.
Look at me. Sit bird.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On 4th down, Hill. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jaron Reed. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Check. Got it.
From the shotgun, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
Hey, easy. Over.
Breeze now. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 44-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, but it'll be 2nd down. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. This is Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
You're good. Ready. Hey, easy.
To throw is Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles